Hi everyone, it's Monique and Megan from Soapy Smooches. Today we are wanting to, first of all, I want to say thank you for your contributions for the Dogs Trust. We've paid them some more money, and thank you. Without you we wouldn't have been able to do it. So I'm really grateful for that. Thank you very much. I'm hoping we're going to make a difference in one or two dogs' lives.
Absolutely.
We've certainly made a difference in Honest, our Groomers' dog's life. So
And
thank you again to Dogs Trust. She's coming home soon.
Yeah,
Sorry, Megan.
Today.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a long time overdue. I think it's been 2 months.
Yeah.
Eh? So yes, thank you. We're going to keep. We still got some tags. We're still going to keep selling those for Dogs Trust. And yes, thank you very much again for your support. So I thought today I wanted to tell you something. On Sunday I had visitors at my house, and my one dog Candy, who is the rescue, and she's had puppies for like 6 years of her life, was scooting along the grass. So he went, "Oh, your dog's got worms." But I actually do deworm them regularly, perhaps not regularly enough, but I do once every eight weeks or so. So I think that's enough. I also don't want to like really give them more than what's necessary. So Megan, what's causing that scooting around?
So the scooting is a very common sign of worms, but it's not the only thing it could be. So scooting, dogs do get sort of allergies. They get itchy just like humans, and unfortunately, because they don't have arms to sort of scratch themselves, they do often end up rubbing themselves against your carpet or the grass or things like that, just to relieve that sort of itching. So for Candy, it could just be a change of season thing, that she's developed a bit of allergies and was just feeling a little bit uncomfortable. Or it could also be just, you know, if they've recently been groomed, sometimes they're not used to the short hair and it just sort of feels nice for them. And dogs also do develop it as a sort of habit. Same as humans sort of biting their fingernails and that sort of thing. You know, it just becomes a habit for them and something that they put into their sort of daily routine.
Okay.
It just becomes a sort of normal thing for them. But, you know, if you're certain that you are, like you are, deworming your dog regularly, it's not always a sign of worms. But if you haven't dewormed in a while and you notice that your dog started scooting, you might want to get that checked out.
Yes, I was quite defensive about it, and I said she definitely doesn't have worms. She's got she's got something else. She definitely, it's an anal glands or something, but she doesn't have worms.
Yes.
So that's it. So keep deworming. I think now with
Yes.
the change of season, I think, you know, it is over. It is due. They are due. So I tend to, when I buy their dog food, I tend to just get them some dewormers at the same time. So yes, that's just what I wanted to say, is if your dog is scooting, doesn't necessarily mean worms.
And you did bring up a very good point, especially for the smaller breed dogs. It can be that their anal glands are clogged. Often, you know, it doesn't happen to all dogs, but if you know that your dog has a problem with anal glands, it is a good way to sort of establish if they maybe are a bit clogged up and need to be expressed either by the vet or by us, because our groomers are trained in doing that as well.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to tell you, Megan's standing in a ditch because she's a lot more taller than me, and now I'm leaning on the edge of this ditch. I'm about to fall into this ditch. So I just want to say, if I disappear, then you know where I've gone and dropped into this ditch. Thanks, Megan. Anyway, there was something else I wanted to talk about. You've got a problem with your dog, right? With digging in the garden.
Yes. So for any of the greyhound owners out there, you will know that greyhounds absolutely love to dig up plants and your freshly planted grass.
Not only greyhounds.
Not only greyhounds, but they're very known for it. And yeah, my greyhound has had a huge issue with digging up holes in the lawn, and he digs along the side of the house to the point where I'm certain it's damaging the foundations. And he loves to bury his toys and that sort of thing. So, you know, for dogs that dig up the garden all the time, it can be a really difficult habit to break, because for dogs, digging is a very instinctual thing for them, and removing something that's instinctual from your dog is not really possible, and it's also not very fair on them. So I did a lot of research on things that I'm busy trying with my greyhound, and so far so good. I don't have any new craters in the lawn. The first thing is to have a designated digging spot for them. So what I did, I got a little kittie's shell pool and filled it with sand, and every day I bury toys and things in there for him to try and encourage him to dig only in that section instead of digging up the whole lawn. And of course, when they do dig up the lawn, you take them to it, say no, and then take them to the good spot and teach them to dig there rather than the rest of your garden. The other few things I read on is coffee grounds. Dogs apparently really dislike the taste of coffee grounds, so sprinkling some coffee grounds on your lawn also apparently works really well. And the same with citronella, doing a sort of citronella spray for the first few weeks just to break the habits.
Okay.
And then of course, any dog that is bored will become destructive. So walking them regularly, playing with them, you know, giving them toys to keep them sort of occupied in the day, especially if you're not home, is super, super important. Yeah.
I think that's helpful. I think some of our clients do have greyhounds. Julia, you come to mind. So, yeah, some of them,
Yes.
and I'm sure this is very helpful. Thank you very much. So, this is from Soapy Smooches, our
Yes.
contribution to the day. Have a great day, and we'll be back soon. I think now that it's summer, we'll be back regularly,
Yes,
right?
yes.
We'll do some of these every week and give you some interesting information. And yes, go well, and see you next week. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.